Hello. It is New Year's. I was going back over some of my old tormentation video logs and I was not going to publish them, but I realized how much training you could get from them even though that they are not good videos. So, as in they're tormenting just to listen to how someone was tormented. So, but for safety and health purposes and for psychological research, I believe that these videos must be posted. So I'll put a little video explaining what's going on per each video to direct you in the right direction because some of these videos are being manipulated by outside entities, and I believe you need a proper guide, and I will guide you through what I would monitored before I posted the video, and I will put a little clip in front just like this to the best of my ability and knowledge, and I swear, right hand, it's all true and correct to the best of my ability and knowledge. So I hope we all learn something from this. I hope Northampton County learns from this because they really need to. This is what I'm doing on my New Year's Eve. So as a gift to myself. So here we go.
All right. There was a day or two where everything stopped because just chilled out. But all last night at work, they made me cough and fucked up my throat. Literally, like, since the time I got to work until the time I left work, which was like a whole 10-hour period, they made me cough and messed up the back of my throat. They swelled up my glands and like my lymph nodes, and it just kept making me have a postnasal drip and cough, cough, cough. Now, this fits in with like the weather and everything else, but I don't go all day being normal and not having a cough and then going to work, and then all of a sudden it's like night and day. It goes from fucking completely being normal and healthy to someone flips a switch and I get sick. My throat is all messed up. It happened in like that. There was no fucking, oh, I'm starting to get sick. It was, they turned my sickness on. And the past week, what happened is I went into my probation officer and I caught him trying to force me. I recorded him. I fucking recorded him. And I caught him trying to force me to fucking take medication against my free will. He was trying to force me to sign a medical release against my free will. And now this whole fucking time, I'm getting fucking tortured and hurt synthetically and wirelessly. Look, they're starting to clear my sinuses as I'm talking. Do you see that? How convenient. Yeah. Well, these people are doing this. Right now, these symptoms look like they just fit into everything. So it looks like a normal sickness or normal symptoms. So this is what they do. They literally have things that can fit into your life that fit your daily routine. So if you talk about it or complain about it, it makes you look crazy, or it makes you look like there's something wrong in your head, or it makes you look, it discredits everything you say, And like I said, right now, there's no real way for me to prove anything I just said in this video other than me just talking to it and you hearing my voice scratchy. I mean, there's no real way for me to prove that they did this. But I'm keeping documented proof the whole time because this is what they're doing. Like, look at me. You can see like my face changes like as I talk. The wrinkles in my face go away and they come back, and they go away and they come back. It's fucked up, dude. Yeah, and Dennis Gordon, I'm gonna throw him under the bus, dude. Him and my probation officer are working behind the scenes, I believe, to put kids in jail or kids or young adults, excuse me. Every single person that I worked at Dennis Gordon's Able Heating and Cooling for over a year and a half. And the whole time I worked there, Dennis Gordon, he had said that initially when I worked there, I was completely, I was working with my parents at the time, helping them renovate the house before I started working for him. And see what they're doing? They're trying to make me stop. So they're fucking having me cough. Well, Dennis Gordon, when he was 17 years old, he fled the country because he got caught for selling acid for the fucking mob. And then fucking whenever he thought it was okay to come back, he came back to the country. So ever since Dennis was a little kid, he's been connected to the fucking mob. When I was working for him, he verbally opened up that he had got in trouble with the HVAC mob for someone who worked over at APR because he switched out some Freon bottles the wrong way. So because he had mislabeled them and gave them the wrong Freon, so he said he was in cahoots with the HVAC mob. He also said that he had done some sideways shit to a whole crew of Latin Kings. So, I mean, his history does not look good. Every single person that worked there that wasn't a youngster or a little kid from the neighborhood, like under the age of 21, if you weren't under the age of 21, you were a person of interest for the fucking law enforcement. Dennis is over there running an extraction fucking camp for the fucking government, dude, or fucking for the locals. And he's getting fucking, I don't know what he's getting out of it, but he's doing something over there. And he's being really sideways about it. He knows everything he does. God forbid. Who knows, man? Why did I go into a courtroom, a video recorded courtroom, explain this situation, say my boss was taking advantage of me and using gaslighting manipulation techniques, and I even explained how his office was set up identical to a hypnosis setup. Identical. Like it fits to the T. Identical. But yet, I'm the one, I get sent to a doctor, and then they try to force me to take pills, and they try to force me to release all my medical records, and they try to have me act out while I'm at the doctor and say all sorts of stuff. They had me read an Illuminati CIA tormentation book right before I went into the doctor. So the doctors asked me, hey, so what do you think about this? And I said, yeah, well, I was just reading these books about the CIA and the Illuminati, how they were explaining about tormentation. And the doctor goes, Illuminati? And he writes it down on a piece of paper. And he like says that I was a drug abuser. He says that I don't know. He writes down a bunch of different diagnoses about me. I feel like I was misdiagnosed. All I was doing was speaking with him about what I was researching on. And then he tried to label me as what I was researching. This was a misdiagnosis. I don't like it. And I would like to be re-diagnosed. This is not good. And I will be turning over my recordings to someone that oversees the state, because I know that Officer Gentelli is also a state trooper and he was involved in this. So I'm going with someone who oversees the whole state, because I'm done with this shit. That's it. That's it for now. Hopefully I have a good day. If they torture me more, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Why did I sleep my whole afternoon? Now I have to spend my whole afternoon fucking doing my homework. And I'm going to waste my afternoon. And they usually mess with my mind while I do my homework. So then they skip out. They make me, so they disconnect me from my memories when I'm trying to get them. Like I could see my memory and know what I'm going to get. And they disconnect me from it right after I see my memory. And they just have me wait there like I'm in paralysis for like fucking like 10 minutes. And I come back and I'm like, God, I'm like, why are you wasting my fucking time? This happens every day. This happens every day. It doesn't stop. There's a guy named Bubba Pollock. He lives over on 500. His address is 500 Highway 94, just across the bridge in Jersey here. That man is also involved in all this. He had me hypnotized on his couch with his son, Hurley Pollock. And then after they hypnotized me, they had me give him $800 for a broke down van in his driveway that I was never able to drive away. Why? If I'm intelligent enough to know that I can't physically get this vehicle registered, I can't physically drive this vehicle off the property. I don't even have a fucking license. Why would I buy a van that doesn't run, that's gutted out for $800 fucking dollars? The motherfuckers hypnotized me to fucking give them money. I also gave them $800 worth of my fucking food stamp card because I never used my food stamp card when I was a homeless person, and I just had it saved up, and it was saving up. So now you can go and you could take my Seattle, Washington food stamp card. You could trace the name, and you could go see every time they fucking used it, because they probably traded it to fucking tweaker drug dealers to fucking go fucking get some drugs. So now you could go use my fucking card that they used, and they stole my fucking money off me because they hypnotized me on the fucking couch. And you could go track my fucking card, and you could go track down some fucking tweakers. It'd be really fucking easy. See who fraudulently used my fucking card. Is that so fucking hard? He's part of a ring of tweakers that live out in Bristol, PA. He took me down there. They took me into their little fucking warehouse. They had me sit down and fucking got me high on meth, and they fucking didn't let me leave. There's a phone call there's a text message from my TAVE mobile number to my father from me to my father about if my father wants any shelves, because my father was looking for shelves for our garage when they had me there, and I didn't know what I was thinking. I was trying to get my dad shelves because I was trying to make amends with my dad and be good friends with my dad. So I called and texted my dad from that location of that warehouse where they sell meth out of, probably make it out of. And right there, it's like across from like Roman Halls out in Bristol Borough or some shit, back on that back road somewhere. And then the owner of that garage has a wife, and he's an old man, and he lives in a white house on a couple streets away, right there, like back off of like Pond Street or something. I grew up in Bristol. I know where the fuck it's at. I grew up until I was 13 years old in Bristol. But I'm over this shit. I'm going to start sending cops everywhere because I'm fucking over getting fucking synthetically tortured by all you motherfuckers. I'm taking fucking video proof of all this shit, and I'm fucking turning it all in.